Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. Sorry about that. I was opening up the shades, give a little bit more light. So, a taste challenge. We have two blended space. Sorry, we have two single malt Speyside Scotch whiskies, not blended. Well, maybe a blend of single malts, but you know what I mean. It's all single malt. No corn, spirits, no maize, no wheat, all barley malt. So here is Lismore. Lismore's aged 6 years, introduced in 1974. No age statement on the bottle, but the website says it's aged 6 years. Uh, Produced in Scotland for William Lundie and Sons. So it's a private label, an independent bottler, as they call it over there. That term is not used in the United States. If you said independent bottler in the United States, people would say, what are you talking about? All right. But if you said private label or contract distilled, yeah, that would make sense. Okay. So I paid $18.99. 18, crazy, right? $18.99 for this at Trader Joe's. No, it is not. I repeat, NOT capital, all caps, not a Trader Joe's private label. They sell it, but you could buy this at other liquor stores. I mean, it's not common, but you might see it around. You know what I'm saying? Like you might see it around, most likely at Trader Joe's, but you might find it here or there at other liquor stores. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so $18.99, single malt Scotch, Speyside, kind of crazy, but true story. That's what I paid. Okay, now here's the competitor, Glencullen. Glencullen. Focused. Aged 10 years in oak. So they're both aged in oak barrels. Are those ex-bourbon barrels? Oh, probably so, but they don't say that. They're both clear glass bottles. This is Glencullen. Distilled, matured, and bottled in Scotland. So it's not sent over here and bottled in America. But it is from County Line Distillers, Louisville, Kentucky. And you know how many products we see from County Line Distillers. Who is County Line Distillers? Well, you wouldn't know because they got no website. But if you check the United States Trademark Office, their legal documents online, you'll find out that Glencullen was trademarked in the year 2016. And it was first used in commerce in February, I think it was February 16th, 2016. And the company that got the trademark was the Sazerac Company. Oh, you mean the people that make Sazerac Rye, people that make Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare. Right. Now we're on the right track. Because the trademark's got to go to the real owner, not the assumed alias name. Okay, Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey. It says, oh, the price $20.99, $20.99. So it's a $2 difference, $18.99, $20.99. Yes. Now I like their Sazerac has gall, right? Glencullen 10-year is a world-class Speyside Scotch. It's world class. That means it's one of the best on the planet. Like literally, you take any Speyside Scotch whiskey anywhere in the world, and this is one of the best around. Maybe one of the top 5. But for some bizarre reason, it was only $20.99. Crafted with the finest. They didn't say good. No, they didn't say good single malt. They said the finest. And matured in select oak casks. Well, all whiskey is matured in select oak because they select the oak and then they mature it. Fresh, clean, and aromatic on the nose with heather honey and vanilla top notes. Medium body with malt and cereal sweetness, citrus, zesty hints, and a long barley-laden finish. Well, that's amazing. It's amazing that you could find this bottle of single malt Scotch for $20.99 and have all that. I mean, it's almost like a lie. But would they lie to us? Okay, I got labels at the bottom. I'm gonna make sure I get the right label. Okay, so Lismore, you may find it at Trader Joe's if your Trader Joe's sells liquor. But you will find it at Trader Joe's if your Trader Joe's sells liquor. If your Trader Joe's is not allowed to sell liquor, well, there's the real cork. I guess you'd be looking for it for a while, but I mean, it's nothing to go track down, but it's all right. It's pretty nice, actually. I'm glad I bought it. Lismore or less. Got a lot left. Okay, I was going to do Glenglassaugh, but I got them mixed up, so I'm doing Glencullen. But Glenglassaugh is coming up. I only paid. Hey, look. When you see the price I paid for Glenglassaugh, you're going to really flip your lid or stop watching, because it's like unreal what I paid for that. Man, this is kind of tight. Real cork. So both of them use real cork with a beautiful plastic cap. Man, they could make a Cheap Trick song about this Scotch cap. They could call it "It's Tight." But anyhow, good, even pour. They're both the same shade of amber gold, so that won't be a problem. Yeah. Now the price has gone up since I bought, because I bought this right around the time when the JB inflation started, which I predicted would start. I tried to tell everybody, I said, all that bonus money you're getting from Uncle Sugar. I told people at work, I said, all that bonus money you're getting from Uncle Sugar, all that, what they called it? They called it, hear that? They called it like recovery money or something for the scamdemic. They sent me money. They sent me like $1,200. Then they sent me $1,400, whatever. So that's like over $2,600. I never asked for this money. They sent it to me. Okay, I'll take it. You're stealing from me anyway. So, but you think I went and spent that money? Oh, I don't think so. I went and put it in the bank, in the savings account, because I knew what was going to happen. I said, well, they're sending me $2,600, and that $2,600 is going to cost me like $3,600. So I try to tell everybody, I say, you're about to get that, but people at work say, I'm going by an entertainment center. Oh, I'm going by a new technological thing is around the corner these days. Changes every week. So what's hot today is old fashioned tomorrow. But then some people I work with were more intelligent, and they said, you know what I'm going to do with this money? I'm going to pay off some credit card debt and extra notes on my house, extra house notes. I said, now using your brains, No, I mean, Liam Gillespie says, morning, Jay, having a course with my eggs, bacon, and toast. Cheers. I had some eggs. Well, I screwed up the first batch of eggs because I poured too much. I twisted the cap off. It was supposed to be a flip cap of the garlic salt. And I wasn't thinking, and I poured it in. I was like, oh, Lord. Well, it was unpalatable. I just dumped it out. Wasted all the onions, jalapeno, and everything. So I did it again. And then I had the egg and the corned beef, onions, onion, as they say in Louisiana, onion, and the jalapenos, and the hot sauce and the black pepper. And it was nice, So then can't stand JB. Talking about Justin, Renee, and Brooks, J and B, J and sign B, J and B. I like that stuff, but mine's gone. I drink it all. But I got a deal on that. I found that in St. Petersburg, Florida, at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits on United States Highway 92. United States Highway Route 92 northbound, 4th Street, as they call it, St. Petersburg, on the northbound side. My father was like, "I'll just stay in the truck." He didn't care. I said, "You don't want to come in the liquor store?" "No, I'm gonna sit in here and rest." I said, "Okay." So I went in there. They had, because I looked on their website, they had J&B for $18.99. This was like 5 years ago. I said, $18.99. I said, "I'm getting it." So I went and I bought it. And a few other, bought some IPAs from Green Bench. We don't get that in Louisiana. And he said, "What'd you buy?" He's looking. Oh, yeah. He doesn't drink any liquor anymore. He hadn't drunk for 20 years. But he always interested, like because he's thinking, this is what I would try or what I would try. He said, I said, "You ever heard of J&B?" He looked at the bottle. He said, who hasn't heard of that? Like he looked at the bottle like, who hadn't heard of that? Everybody heard of that. Everybody's heard of that. Because he used to go out every weekend, to dances. They call it a dance. We're going to a dance. And it was usually like some charity thing, like could be like I don't know, Knights of Columbus, JC's, Junior Chamber of Commerce, Elks Club, Rotary Club, who knows what. And they would always have something around here in New Orleans. And it was like, pay one price. They got live music and food, popcorn or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, like basic snacks and drinks. So of course he knew all of these liquors. He never could handle liquor. Like, I don't say he went crazy drinking and got sick. He just couldn't handle it. Like he would always say, if you drank any kind of liquor, he would feel bad, Like if he did this taste challenge, he would feel sick. He would drink light beer after light beer hit the market in 1975, or wine, but he said it always made him sick. He couldn't handle it because he was very ill as a child. I'm talking about my father. He had to live in an oxygen tent, like a tent, but it was full of oxygen, like from a canister, and for like a year because he had terrible asthma. So it kind of wrecked his body in a way, but he's still alive, 79, but he's very sensitive to any kind of medicine or liquor. Like if the doctor gives him a prescription, take 500 milligrams, well, he'll cut it in half, take 250, and it'll work just as well. If he takes 500, he'd be in the hospital. But now his brothers, his older brother, younger brother, and his sister, who never had these health problems, they can go full bore. Like they've been doing this their whole lives. So they'll drink beer all day, Coors Light or Miller Lite. That's all they drink. And then they'll be sprucing it up with wine all throughout Saturday. Red wine, white wine, doesn't matter. They'll be drinking that. Then in the evening, when it starts getting dark, then they start going with the Tanqueray and tonic or this kind of stuff, scotch, whatever. Blended scotch, single malt, they don't care, So E&J brandy, whatever they want to drink. So they do this all day long. And my father, he's like always shocked. He said they never get sick, like they never get ill. Like they do this all day. And they blur in whatever, like, oh, look, this guy's really lit up or she's really lit up. But my father, like he said, is so remarkable because the next morning, 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, they'd be shaving. Zippity doo dah, zippity, my, oh my, what a wonderful. And they getting ready for mass. Like nothing happened. Like they're getting ready for work, or getting ready for church. Like they never drank anything. They're getting ready like they drink 1 can of Coors Light. So he can't. He said, "I'll be in the hospital. If I drink, I'd be in the hospital." He said, "That's why I had to stop. I couldn't. I was dying, And he said, well, in 2003, he said, I drank 1 can of Coors Light and I was running a fever. 1 can of Coors Light running a fever. He said, I'm finished with alcohol. I don't care about it. I'd rather be alive. I said, well, I can't argue with that, But when we were at that ABC Fine and Wine and Spirits, what I bought, he's always curious. He'll ask me on the phone. He'll ask me on the phone later today, oh, what did you try? Of course, he never heard of Glencullen or Lismore. He's not into that kind of stuff. But like J&B or like Chivas Regal, he'll say, who hasn't heard of that? Everybody heard of that. Seagram 7 Crown, 7 and 7. He'll say everybody used to drink 7 and 7, or the Canadian Club and 7 Up, uh, what they call it, CC and 7. He said, oh yeah, everybody always heard of that, CC and 7, Canadian Club and 7 Up. But anyway, back to the main point. I've met people that, okay, Liam Gillespie says, I've met people that can drink all day and still function and hold a job. They're built differently. Yeah, I'm not built like that. I don't want to be built like that. I do my little tastings, my little low profile tastings, and I'll take 4 beers and stretch them out over the entire day. It'll be from like in a 24-hour period, I'll drink 4 beers, and people will, now their impression, because they only see the videos, they don't see the rest of the day. I don't guess people want to watch me cutting the grass, trimming the yard, going for a walk, going buy groceries at the store. It probably wouldn't be too interesting. So in their reference point is only me doing the videos, right? So they're thinking, oh, you drinking all day. I couldn't handle that. And I'm thinking, and I'm telling them, I'm saying, that's not really what's happening, but that's what you're seeing. See, so you only have one reference point. Me eating a salad with artichoke heart and some sauerkraut in it and some ranch dressing, that's not video worthy. No one, well, they got some strange people on the internet, they would watch that, but most people wouldn't. So you got to remember, it's reference points. I don't think these are going to make much difference. You would think, well, 10-year age versus 6-year, that should be a big difference. You would think so, but it doesn't usually work out that way. They're both Speyside, which means they're going to be very bready and mild. You're not going to have smoke, if any. You may have some, but it won't be much. And you'll have peat, but it will be very minimal. And however you want to look at it, you could say low profile, or some people would say dull. I can't stand people who think like that. Well, Butch, I tolerate it. Also, hello. Hello to you. Okay. Oh, you see here, I'm getting a little bit of that compost pile. You say compost pile. That's like basically rotted food that you threw out in a pile with decaying vegetable matter. That is what it is, which is what becomes, so in an organic, historical, geological sense, that's what I'm smelling. Yeah, must be the Lismore. Whoops. So Glencullen, I'll say this, Glencullen. I don't know that. I'm saying that. It's like a loaf of bread. It's literally like a loaf of bread, and more like a store brand. Like Surefine. I'm drinking Surefine bread with the bread crust. Great value. Food Club, Topco, whatever that Trader Joe's, that Aldi brand is called. It's some name like Hearth Fire Farms or something. You know what I'm saying? Down Home Family Bread, whatever it is. It's probably made by Flowers, who makes bunny bread. But it's all right. Actually, it's really good, but it's bready. Okay, let's see what they say about Glencullen. They don't have a website, but they have a website for Albertsons, who carries it. And Albertsons did not, as well as I do, Albertsons grocery chain, about to be bought out by Kroger, I might add. I hope they don't change it too much. I like Albertsons. Don't love it. I said I like it. I didn't say I loved it. Albertsons, they did not hire some guy or gal to sit down and write this. They just took a sell sheet from Sazerac and copied and pasted it. Okay, let me go turn that food on broil. I'm just heating up some food because I'm hungry like a person who's hungry. Definitely hungry like a person who's hungry. Okay. Let's see. Speyside single malt, aged 10 years, fresh, clean, aromatic on the nose with heather, honey, and vanilla top notes. Heather, honey, and vanilla top notes. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Medium bodied, I'll go along with that. Malt and cereal sweetness makes sense. I don't know about the cereal. Well, barley malt is a type of cereals. Citrus, zesty hints, and a long barley laden finish. Glencullen tenure. This is the funny part. It's right there on the bottom. All he did was copy off the bottle. A world-class Scotch. Yeah, it's world class. Why it's $21.99. Yeah. I paid $20.99. I got it last year, 2 years ago for the price increase. How you like that? Well, it just goes to show you, folks, you can buy a world-class single malt Scotch for $21.99. I didn't say that. Albertson's grocery store said that. Glencullen said that. Well, I mean in Sazerac, County Line Distillers. It's on the bottle. And would they lie to you? I recently enjoyed some Just Ernie and Brooks whiskey and listened to Led Zeppelin 3. I have a first printing of that with the thing where the dial where it turns. The thing where it turns. First printing, 1970. I got it. I paid 25 cents for that. I'm serious. I'm not making it up. They had it for 25 cents, no scratches, in perfect condition. I said, I don't know what maniac's selling this stuff, but I bought it. I couldn't get over it. I bought Live in Japan, Machine Head, the Led Zeppelin 3, and a whole bunch more. 25 cents LP, 1983. I bought this 40 years ago. I was like stunned, when I bought it. I bought Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, first printing. Wish You Were Here, early release, very early first printing with a different cover. Yeah, you heard me right. A different cover, 25 cents. So I'm looking at these records. I'm trying to keep cool. I'm at the garage sale. I'm not like trying to keep cool. I'm like, I'll buy it. I got this big stack of albums. I said, I'll buy these. I'm trying to like not let my hand shake. I didn't want to tip them off. I was scared. But when I got home, I was like, well, I'll never beat this. This will never be topped. Hadn't been topped. Recently enjoyed Beatles Revolver on vinyl. Nothing sounds like a vinyl record. You're right. Can't argue with that. I need a good phonograph player, though. What I have now it ain't really good. I had a good one, though. Here comes some ads. Well, I don't run the show. I think this is the Lismore because of that peatiness. It is a Lismore, and let's go with the taste for a minute because of that. All right. I like the bread crust. I like the very, 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 very extremely decimal repeating. Crust with minimal peat. I like that. I do like it. But I'm not going to pretend that it's like fabulous, but I like it. They're not claiming to be world class like Sazerac do. I mean, Glencullen does have vanilla. It does have a little nuttiness, but I don't know what they're talking about. Cereal sweetness, malt, citrus, zesty. I don't care what liquor company it is, what whiskey company. I never pick up everything they're talking about. It's nice. I like it, but world class? Yeah, sure. It's world class. That's why it's $20.99. It's world class. Sure, great. Yeah. Okay. Fine. You can see where I'm going with that. But honestly, I need to take another taste. That's got to be the Lismore because of that peak. I would rather get the Lismore. I would save $2. Well, this day and age, well, it probably went up also in price. So I would save the $2 and get this one because it's got a little peat note to it, which I like the peatiness, the compost pile, and that organic soil thing, whatever that is in Scotland. All right, all right. Glencullen. I mean, it's basic. It's clean, like they say. It's clean. They say it's clean. I agree. It's clean. It's straightforward. It's not nasty. There's no off flavors or aromas. I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. World class. I don't know where that's coming from, but I guess they're a marketing department. You know. No, I mean, but I mean, getting past all their rhetoric for for 20.99 that I paid 10-year age, it does. I mean, it tastes like it mellowed out a little bit after 10 years and whatnot, but yeah, I'd buy it. I mean, I did buy it, but you know what I mean? I'd buy it theoretically again. I don't never buy anything again because I'm always trying to get through everything I have. But yeah, it's fine. So if you see Glencullen, and I was just looking on the internet here, the World Wide Web, as they call it, and they were listing all kind of liquor stores that had it. Market View Liquor, Benny's in Chicago, they all had it, and they didn't have it for $21.99. They had it for a lot more. So if you go to Albertsons or Amigos or USA Grocery or Super Value and you find it for 21.99, because I think it went up since I bought it, yeah, I'd buy it. Why not? What the heck? It's a winner. It's not going to impress anybody, but it's not going to enrage them. They're not going to be angry about it. Yeah, I got it right. See, I kind of clued in on that feature, and the feature with the Lismore is that weird compost pile flavor. You say it's a rotted flavor. It's not really a rotted flavor. If you're not used to Scotch, yeah, if you're not used to single malt Scotch, it could taste like a rotted, literally rotted vegetables. But well, I guess that's what it is when it's peat. But it might have rotted over 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? It like curing for 1,000 years. But yeah, it's all right. You know, it's all right. Now, what I put these out there as like exemplary examples of single malt. It's pretty obvious that I would not, but if you're looking for a deal and you don't want to pay too much and you want to drink some single malt Scotch, yeah, why not? What the heck? You could buy both bottles for, let's see, 19.99. Let's see, that's 20, $45. That might be after tax. That might be your after tax price. $45 for two full bottles of single malt Speyside. Yeah, you can't win. You can't lose. You can't lose. You may not win, but you're not gonna lose. It might be a draw, but yeah, I'll say it's going to be a win. Favorite Beatles or Pink Floyd song, says Liam Gillespie. Favorite Beatles song for me? I don't know. How could you ever pick a favorite Beatles song? Oh, It's All Too Much or Tomorrow Never Knows. I don't know. Tomorrow Never Knows. It's All Too Much. I don't know. Pink Floyd. Favorite Pink Floyd song. Uh, Child's End. Childhood's End. What's the deal? Yeah, check out Childhood's End or What's the Deal. or anything else from Obscured by Clouds, music from the movie Le Valley. It's the best album anyway. But anyway, I want to get into all that. All right, thanks everybody. Y'all take care, and we'll be back tomorrow for Fandango Friday, 6:30 Eastern.